Then I'll begin. You're all very welcome today to a very, very special day for MiiM Media Limited. Now, for those of you who don't know, the three of us are MiiM Media Limited. Some unkind people would refer to us as the three Scrooges, but we would refer to ourselves as the three disruptors. The disruptors of communication language. Others would say we're the three musketeers, D'Artagnan, Porthos and Aramis, and I'll let you choose who is who.
All right, the beard's valid enough, okay.
I'm the good-looking one. No. So MiiM is poised to exploit a huge marketplace out there. The marketplace in communication messaging, the marketplace in education, and the marketplace, above all, in medical applications. Today is a culmination of a lot of work, but mainly the work of this man here on my right, Tim Harris. Tim has developed a Pictron symbolic language that is unique. It's something which I will say at the end of my presentation could be here for hundreds of years to come. And it's come out of Wrexham. It's come out of Wales. And I think that's very important. But it's also a justification today of the trust that you as investors have put in us. A lot of people get information memorandum, they read them and they think, yeah, they might do that, but they won't do that, or they won't do that. Our IM that we sent out 2 years ago, we have ticked every single box. And today is a culmination of ticking all those boxes because we are going to launch our Guessmiim app. So, who are our team? Well, this man here beside us, Tim, Nat and I refer to him as our genius. And he is a genius. When you see what he has done with symbolic language today, it is just amazing. Now, around the room, you will find a little book, which is the Pirate's Book, which my eldest daughter, who's a teacher and head of linguistics, has used with her children to teach them how to read. Amazingly, it is the children who have dyslexia, autism and ADHD who have picked up this language quicker than the other children. And they have learned to read far quicker than they would without it. And Tim would admit himself that he is also autistic and dyslexic. And it's Tim's type of mind that is unique that has created the language that we're going to see today. The second person in the group is myself. I have been developing, growing businesses for many years, since I retired actually, and I'm now busier than I ever was before. I wonder what went wrong. So I work with startups, with existing businesses such as Delmar World, and also university spin-outs, where I help young people develop business ideas. And I'm also what you describe as a serial exiter of businesses. I'm a great believer in the fact that you should never start a business unless you want to sell it. And last year, I sold 3 of the businesses I was involved with for over 8 years. Now, some people would say, David, you should put your feet off and go up to off to the setting sun. That's not me. I will never, ever retire again. And I was very lucky at the end of November 2022 to be awarded Chairman of the Year for all the various companies that I'm involved with. Now, in all teams, there is a person who is really special. And this is this man here, an entrepreneur in his own right, an amazing hairdresser. I hope you like the hair. And Nat is very demure in what he has achieved. He had to learn 0 from scratch, which is something really a great achievement. He had to beat down the doors of certain agencies looking for grants, and his persistence shone through. because we ended up getting 2 substantial grants. But Nat, above all, is the glue that holds everything together. And without him, this business would not have thrived as much as it has. So, what about the Guessmiim app launch? Well, we teamed up with a company, an app development company in Birmingham called B13. We got a grant from Warwick University, which helped us. We also got a grant from Swansea University. But however, the sad thing is we got no help at all from the Welsh Government or the Welsh Local Authority. I have funded and have helped grow businesses in the 4 provinces of the UK, including Republic of Ireland. In Scotland, I got help from Scottish Enterprise. In Ireland, I got help from Northern Ireland Enterprise. In the Republic of Ireland, I got help from the IDA. And in England, I got help from BusinessLink. However, unfortunately, nothing from Wales. But we are trying hard, and we will give them another chance, because it would be a shame, as I said, if this business had to relocate outside Wales in order to get the grant funding it requires to grow and develop. So, what we have achieved for a very small amount of money is absolutely spectacular. And it's down to you guys who have helped fund this business, you guys who have bought shares in this business, you guys who have helped us with your finances, and we are very grateful for that. I'll now pass over to Nat, who is going to reveal the Guessmiim app.
Thank you, everybody. Oh, you can tell it's a special occasion. I've even waxed my moustache. Doesn't happen very often, you know.
That's what we call him, D'Artagnan.
So, as David said, basically, welcome to the launch of Guessmiim. The idea behind the game is to give the ability to anybody that wants to learn the language to be able to learn it in a fun way. But I thought I'd bring everything up to date for everybody that hasn't seen this for a while and go through a lot of the work that we've been doing, especially on our social media pages. So what I want to do initially is show you how we've been proliferating the name. Have we got some sound here? Thank you. These are some of the posts that we've been playing on Instagram, Facebook Meta, Twitter, LinkedIn, and now we've got a YouTube channel as well. The idea was to give short bursts and explain to people how the language is working. We came up, because of the, let's say, massive coverage.
The music has started.
Good. The short burst in between. This is obviously the front page. So as you can see, So basically, as you can see, it's very impactful in the respect that it makes an original noise, all the music, all the sound and everything that you see on these 10-second ads, and there is a reason they're 10 seconds, because it falls into the trap of literally just, not an advert, but it falls into the, like less than 10 seconds, it doesn't become a commercial enterprise. But all the music, all the sound, everything done is Tim. He's got his little keyboard out, and everything that you see is all being created by him. We wanted to make an impact, and we wanted it to be massively different from anything else that you see on social media, and we're starting to get, you know, some good coverage with it. So, as David's already alluded to, the MiiM language was pioneered by Tim. His dedication over the last 14 years in creating and developing this inspirational idea has effectively given him a large amount of personal sacrifices, and they've been significant, but his passion and commitment and drive has propelled the whole scheme forward, the whole project. And as a result of his dedication, finally, for the first time in 14 years, the idea has become a reality. We exist. We are now a disruptive threat to any of the major corporations, because as opposed to it being just an idea, it actually exists. And you will be able to go on to the game after, you can play it. And for the very first time, and I know you have to excuse me because I do understand, and I do sometimes listen to what I'm saying and I think, really? Okay, but genuinely, it's unique. It's unique in nature. Nobody has been able to create a language based on symbols before. It's never been done. The last triage report that we had done by Swansea University did some huge in-depth research on the internet, and it basically came up with 3 people that have tried it, Google being one of them, but they abandoned it in 2012 because all it was little boxes with images in. So nobody's been able to create it. So the ability to communicate irrespective of learning difficulties, medical condition or language barrier is exactly what MiiM was created for. It hasn't been done. It's a true universal picture language that can be used by everybody. Now, we're going to test everybody now. I'm not going to test everybody. I'm going to show you some specific sentences within the language, just to once again explain how things have progressed. This is a sentence which depicts the expression important news. So why is it important? The stars on the left-hand side are actually making an announcement. This is important. It's coming from nothing. Now, it's news. You can see that the little icon there is saying that he's reading something. But now, the news can come in different ways. It can come via a handheld phone, the television, radio with a microphone, or a newspaper. It could be an email or be on your laptop. There are countless ways to describe and inform people what you're trying to say. Undoubtedly, when the language does start to be used properly, what will happen there is people will abbreviate the sentence. They'll use perhaps 1 or 2 of the pictrons. By the way, the word pictron is now trademarked. It belongs to us. So essentially, the idea behind it is that we're going to structure words, we're going to structure sentences, but they are descriptive in the way that they actually perform themselves, or that they actually describe themselves. So again, this is now this can be used in a medical context. Pain, as you can see, is depicted by, if you like, small lightning bolts. In this instance, the green circle with the small dot inside it is the pictron for inside. And obviously the arrow, the man's arm, or the person's arm that's pointing towards you is saying it's me. In this instance, we can also, unlike any other language before, we can describe, you know, your job, where you're from, and whom I'm with. In this instance, it's, can you please help me? Now, the pictron with the arms up can be what, why, where, when. So in this instance is, you know, can you please help me? That's somebody, if you like, the begging motion, help as in water, and can you help me, please? Then we've got show me where you are from, and again, you're showing, and then it's a me. The sentence then breaks where, that's obviously a marker to say where you are, and you are from. Okay, and then basically it goes on to again where it's saying that, sorry, I'm getting confused here. I'll go on to the next one. I'm working as an electrician. Again, the picture on for work is somebody, in this instance, standing in front of a pile of something, and literally you can see that they're working. That is the Tesla, I forgot, what's it called, Tim? The Faraday cage. He's an electrician and he's working. He can work at homes, in factories, or indeed, and he's doing maintenance, and you can see that the guy is doing maintenance as he wants. And again, it can be abbreviated. So we're getting deeper in sentences, we're getting more and more specific with what people can do. Again, jobs, I work as a car mechanic. Again, he's working. It's a spanner, it's a machine, and the red car with the bonnet open denotes that it's not working. Then it's fixed, it's green. So again, it can describe what you're doing for work. I'm a plumber. Again, my work is, it's water, it's a shower, it's a bath. So it can be as descriptive or as specific as you want. I am a joiner is the classic. Again, this is what I do for work. A joiner, there's wood, there's a saw. He's working on a bench. He can work in a house. He can work on staircases. He can make beds. He can do anything. He can work on doors. So you can be as descriptive as you want. So that gives you an idea as to how things are basically progressing. We want to thank those who have helped us. And a bit later, we'll move on to the game. But in the initial instance, I want to welcome you to the Guessmiim Launch and hope that we can answer some questions if anybody needs them answered. Now, the easiest way to access it, but we will talk about it later, is anybody that's got their handheld phone with them. If you want the internet here, it's actually MiiM Guest, and it is this, with all lowercase, racecourse is the word, and it's just guessmiim.com, and it's live. And I hope you can play it. We'll try and play it a bit later all together. And I'm going to hand you back over to David now. Thank you, everybody. And I shall speak to you in a second. David. There we are.
So I hope you all are logging in and having a go at playing the game. It's a very, very simple game to do, but it's a very exciting game as well. So the last part of my presentation this morning is to discuss what our next phase is going to be. So we now, today, will have launched our Guessmiim app, and we then want to monetize it. So we want to make sure that there's some income coming in, whether it's on a pay per click, or whether it's on a subscription, or whether it's through the form of advertising. We also want to complete the messaging app, which is the next phase in our development, where people will message each other using the Pictron language. We also want to seek additional funds from English-based institutions. We will plead with the Welsh Government for funding for this ground-based project, and we'll make every effort to keep MiiM in Wales, or more specifically Wrexham. Now, why would an Irishman be so passionate about Wales? Well, I want to let you in on a secret. My wife is actually half Welsh, because her father was born in Builth, Wales, and he was very, very proud of his Welsh heritage. So I have a big affinity with Wales, and I want to keep this company in Wales. Today we are going to launch our new fundraising round to help us fund all of this. We wish to raise only £175,000 on a post-money valuation of 1 million. Now, if anybody has invested very early in this business, they will realise that instantly they have a 40% return on their investments, because our share price has just gone up by 40%. That's not a bad return. We also want to, as I said, commercialise Guessmiim. We want to recruit an app manager, because once this game is launched, like all other things on the internet, it will take off like a rocket. And somebody needs to be there to manage the app. We can't expect Nat to do it all, otherwise my hair will be down to here. We want to develop and finish off the messaging app. We want to develop further patents and the execution of our patent strategy. So, how have we protected MiiM language? Well, we have design registered every single Pictron, which was a hell of a job. But they are now protected, they are now ours, nobody else can copy them, nobody else can use them. We also want to patent the process involved in messaging. Now that's going to be a very expensive exercise because not alone do we want to patent that in the UK, but we want to patent it in Europe and chosen countries around the world, including the United States of America. So the minimum investment, as before, is £2,000. The maximum investment is £100,000 and gives the person a seat on the board. The closing date for investment is the 30th September 2023, and I have really good news. The government has now increased the SEIS investment to £250,000, which means that the first £95,000 of investment into MiiM's fundraising round will attract a 50% tax relief. So if you invest £10,000, you will get £5,000 back from the government in the form of a reduction in your tax bill. That's a great incentive indeed. I hope you enjoyed our presentation today. I hope you all go onto the Guessmiim app and play with the game because it is terrific. And if there's any questions, we are around all day today. And there's also some food going to be served next door. Thank you very much indeed for your time.